Hey everyone, I'm back with another thrift store find, and it's a wood box. Well, you can probably guess there's a Bible in here, and you'd be right, but let's start with the box. We see a cross, it says Holy Bible, it's nicely cut into there. Latch on the side, kind of a gift box sort of thing. And on the back, we see a stamp indicating it's union made. It says United Brotherhood of Carpenters and Joiners of America, which is kind of faded on this one, but I have seen others online, so that's why I knew what that says. And if we open the box, we see, yeah, there is indeed a Bible inside. We also have a card, and over here we see a depiction of Christ. And we see that this was presented by the United Automobile, Aircraft, and Agricultural Implement Workers, Local 969. And what this is, as you may have guessed, is it's a memorial Bible. This is something that would have been presented to the bereaved. I would assume this would be for someone who was a current or retired union member, that when they passed, the union would present this to the widow or other family. And we got the card to comfort you. The Lord, excuse me, the Lord is my shepherd, 23rd Psalm. And may God be very near. May God be very near you at this time of deepest sorrow, to comfort you and grant you strength to meet each new tomorrow. Local 969 UAW membership. Another union stamp there, indicating this is also union made. I'll set that aside. And the Bible itself is, we can see it says Prince of Peace, Catholic Edition, Holy Bible. It's NAB, New American Bible. And from what I've seen online, there were Protestant versions of this. There were, options for that. So this one in particular was Catholic edition. And the NAB is an older Catholic translation. It's since been replaced by the NABRE, the Revised Edition, which I call that the neighbor. I don't know if people do that, but makes sense to me. Inside, let's zoom in a little. That's good. We see presented in loving memory by the Local 969. We have this poem by Alfred Tennyson. Don't know him, but I'm not really a poetry guy. And then on this page in loving memory, I've covered it up because it contained just too much personal information. I wasn't comfortable showing that in the video, but there's room for the person's name, date of birth, date they passed, date they were laid to rest, where they were born, where they died, where they are buried, who the officiating clergyman was for the funeral, so on and so forth. A lot of details, so that's why it's covered up. But I will share with you, they passed in 1983, so this is at least 37 years old. Next few pages, we find this strength and guidance. We've got some verses to help offer some hope and consolation for the bereaved, which is nice. So that's very useful in a time like that. And then we get into kind of our usual, as we have with the Bible, marriages, births, deaths, membership record. And then we get into some information on the Catholic Church and some of the services. We've got this photo of Pope John Paul II looking very regal and grandfatherly there. And we've got, it shows you some of the rites of the church. Liturgy of the Eucharist. This actually was all kind of interesting to me because I was a wedding photographer. For about 7 years. I did a lot of Catholic weddings and have seen this, but don't, fully know what was going on because I'm not Catholic. So, kind of nice to see a little breakdown of that. And then we have the New American Bible, another Union stamp, or mark, not sure what they call that exactly. And from here on, it's a pretty standard NAB. We've got the preface, we've got there's Old Testament, Introduction to the Pentateuch, Introduction to Genesis, the text itself, and the notes, that's all part of the NAB. It doesn't bill itself as a study Bible, but it has the intros and the notes, which is nice. A lot of details there. I don't know the quality of the translation of the notes themselves because I'm not familiar with the NAB, but this was a very common translation at one time. You see a lot of NABs in thrift stores, at least I do. Print quality in the Old Testament is very good. The text is dark, ghosting is reasonable. Print size it's small. It's not going to be easy to read, especially the notes if for those with older eyes. But it's a good quality. We don't run into any real problems until we get into the New Testament. So I'm going to get to, my notes say to go to page 1247. Here we go. And what we see here is it's a red letter text, and the red letter's good. It's bold, it's dark enough. I'm not a red letter fan, but it's readable. The problem we see is it's not aligned well with the black letter. We see the red and black letter touching and the alignment being quite a bit off. And we go a couple more pages here, we'll see same thing, and we also have where the ink was running and it's on the page there. So yeah, it's unfortunate the red letter is not that great because the black letter is fine. But I suspect this is not something that was really seen as a Bible people are going to really sit down to read. It's kind of a nice gesture, nice remembrance, and it goes in the box and then it sits in there for on a shelf or in a drawer somewhere for several decades, as I suspect this one did, because the binding's tight. There's no damage on the gilding, which is kind of this flat yellow. It's supposed to be like a gold, but it's more like mustard. It's got a little speckle in it, but it's hard to see. You'll find back here the binding's coming apart a bit, and I think that probably happened after I started opening this up and looking at it, and you see that's coming apart. Because this has been sitting in a box for years, not broken in, and then I just opened it up and started looking at it, and now it's damaged. But, that is bound to happen when it's been just sitting unused for so long, and you're not careful. I'm not too worried about it, though. And there's just some different paintings and illustrations back here of different scenes from the Bible stories. So yeah, I don't, what else do I want to say about this? Oh, well, I paid $3.50 for it at a Goodwill. The box is cedar. I learned that from looking online. That's what everyone's claiming, at least, that it's cedar. I'd believe it. And yeah, the card, I don't know if I mentioned the cards. I've seen the card with several of them too, so that seems to be part of this package as well. But yeah, I couldn't find a lot about these. From what I can gather, though, they were given out by labor unions for the passing of union members. And yeah, if you know any more about them, have anything you can tell me about it or share, or if you just received one of these yourself, I'd love to hear about it. So please share with me in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed this. Not sure what I'm going to do with it exactly, but it was an interesting find. And if you want to see more thrift store Bibles and other such kind of unique Bibles like this, please subscribe. Give me a like if you enjoyed this, and hope we'll see you again. Thanks for watching.